Welcome to my channel, to everyone who's new here, and of course to those of you who are back again. Great to have you here. Bitcoin is currently trading at $87,160. In this video we will take a look together at possible scenarios for the price development of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Things remain exciting, so make sure to watch until the end. Also today I'm going to do a small special in the altcoin update about the render coin, because for the render coin I want to analyze the render coin with you with the edit wave method, with fair value gaps, with chart patterns, and with fair value gaps. And everything looks good to me at the moment. It's fitting. And I also want to talk about the elite wave method for Bitcoin as well today. So I worked a lot for it. So I would be happy if you watch it, because for render I think we have a possible trade with 100% to 200% gains, and this without leverage. So if you put a 2x leverage on top of that, you can even double up your earnings. So let's talk about Bitcoin first. I have good news and bad news. The good news is that Bitcoin and render, it looks like that they finished the downtrend. Means that this was our low, and from now on we can get probably something like this. That's my game plan for, at the moment, for Bitcoin and render. The bad news is that the altcoins like Ethereum are still looking that they are going to have a new low. We will talk about that when we get to Ethereum. So first of all, we have seen so many rising wedges. For example, this one here broke to the downside, but we actually invalidated all those patterns. I have tracked a triangle which broke to the upside. The target is $88,890. Am I going to long it? No, it's not far to the upside anymore. We can look how much percentage it could be. 2%, but also with a chance that we fill those fair value gaps again. Also, what I want to show you is I put that circle, I think, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was based on, first of all, resistance, which should also be a retest, and also here another resistance. I would draw you a trend line here, this resistance here as well, and also a target of a chart pattern from the past, which I have taken out, so I can't find it at the moment, but still it's based on the target of a chart pattern as well. What we see now is we have the triangle which broke to the upside. Here I have the target, 88,790, and it's also within that circle. Now I'm going to show you very quick about the elite wave method, because I want to go in detail in the altcoin update, because the Bitcoin and Ethereum update should also be quick. So we can say this was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's valid to me. If we want to take the target of that fifth wave, then we can use the trend-based Fibonacci extension. We put it to the low of the wave 1, to the wave 3, and to the wave 4. And here you can see we already got the first sign of a retracement at the 0.382 Fibonacci. The golden target of that wave 5 is usually the 0.618, this area, the circle here. It is possible that we get up there, but the wave 5 doesn't have to go there. The wave 5 can also extend far higher, but the wave 5 can also be lower. Yeah, the thing is, wave 5 has to go over wave 3. Then it's valid even if we get, for example, this move right now. What does this mean? This means that I'm not long for Bitcoin, because if the wave 5 finishes, then wave 2 is coming, and wave 2 is a correction wave. There we take the Fibonacci retracements, put it to wave 1. We put it to the low of wave 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, those 5 waves are one big wave. Yeah, I hope that you understood it. If not, then probably you have to Google what is elite wave. There we count for the first wave. Wave 1, 3, and 5 are with 5 waves within those waves. And wave 2 and 4 are 3 waves. So anyway, if we put the target here to, let's say, 89,377, if we extend to that resistance level, then the golden area would be this one here. Means if we get up here, get rejected, then wave 2 is coming with one wave, the second wave, and then the third wave. It's an ABC correction. Maybe you heard of it. But in that case, Bitcoin would be still short to me. But what happens after is wave 3. And wave 3 is the most impulsive wave. So basically, if we get into that area, if it's even the area, yeah, we have to see where the wave 5 is going to extend, then we can do it more precise. But after that, this should happen. And we can even overshoot my green area here, which I have put weeks ago, and even can think about prices over 100K for Bitcoin. That is my game plan for Bitcoin at the moment. So since that whole up move looks to me that it's almost finished, I want to short the pullback. And after that, after the pullback, the altcoins might do a new low and starting a bullish cycle afterwards. Beside Render is currently in the bullish up move, and we are also expecting there a pullback. But after that, a huge explosion should happen for Bitcoin, Render, and I think also Tau. Yeah, I have to look into more coins which have the same setup like Render. But in the altcoin update, I'm also going to tell you how I'm going to trade them once we get the pullback. Because there I think we have huge gains incoming soon. Yeah, so basically I would wait for the extension right now. It looks like that we can get into that circle area, even overshoot it a bit. After that, the pullback. If we find a nice trend line, for example, this one here from the triangle, I think that's very interesting. We can use this one as a short entry, so I will make it red. But maybe on the way up, we will find another chart pattern tomorrow, where we also can enter the first short trade for a bigger move to the downside. Yeah, I was always short for Bitcoin because I didn't expect this push to happen yesterday. It still happened. In the end of the day, we have to change a little bit our game plan now and look for the circle area which I have put here. I think this circle I can take out. I don't think that we are going back into that area. So what about Ethereum? Also, Ethereum overshot the rising wedge, so I can take the target out. The target didn't got hit 100%, but at least a little bit. It's okay. This target is still ongoing for Ethereum because we haven't overshot the 1,690 US dollars yet. What I would look for is Ethereum doesn't look to have the strength at the moment. As you can see, Bitcoin is somewhere here if we use it with the Ethereum chart, because Bitcoin did a higher high than those two highs. Ethereum is not even near to that. That's why I think Ethereum still has space to the downside. If Bitcoin gets rejected, let's say Bitcoin finishes its wave, its push to the upside, and is somewhere here, for example, and Bitcoin gets the pullback, which is the higher low on the bigger chart, then Ethereum is probably doing this. And from here, starting a bullish cycle. That's what I think for Ethereum at the moment. And it would get validated once we break the 1,580 US dollar to the downside. But also keep in mind that trend line is upwards. So basically, if we break it to the downside a bit later, then the price would also move. I will also take out this green trend line. I have wanted to use it as break of structure, where I can say, okay, Ethereum broke the bearish cycle to the upside and we can expect a bullish cycle. I think it's not going to happen once we break that trend line to the upside, so I made it white now. I would still look, if the 1,650 US dollar break to the upside, then we still have the chance to get up to 1,690 US dollar. And that could happen if Bitcoin goes to 90k. But after that, if we then drop down, and where is my price tag? Here. And if we then break the 1,470 US dollar to the downside, then this whole thing was then, if we get up again, a triple top pattern. If it breaks then to the downside, the target would be the 1,250 US dollar. And I think that is very realistic at the moment for Ethereum. So I hope that I gave you some valuable information. I know that if you don't know what Elite Wave is, or not even the basics, then it's more complicated to understand it. A small recap. Bitcoin looks like that it is currently in a bullish cycle. Means we are having wave 1 at the moment. Wave 2 is the pullback, which can get us, I think, down to 78,000, 79,000, yeah. Where we also have that red support, which I have said, okay, since a week or something, I have said this is our most important support. If we break that to the downside, it wouldn't be good for Bitcoin. And it fits, that area fits to our support, so I can expect there a nice push to the upside. And then we have wave 3. Wave 3 is the most bullish one, the most impulsive one. So if that is wave 1, and we get here pullback as wave 2, then we can expect far higher prices for Bitcoin, while Ethereum is doing a new low once we get into that area. And after that, a new cycle for Ethereum begins, where we also can reach for higher prices. So thank you for watching and see you on the altcoin update.